So before we begin today, go ahead and take a look at the comments below. Take a look at group me. We're going to start off our journal, so go ahead and pause the video, and then go ahead and spend about 5 to 10 minutes on this journal. When you're done, go ahead and come back to your mat and we'll get started. For today, you need some blocks. You need a yoga towel or a yoga strap, or a jump rope or a towel to help you with some hamstring flexibility stuff. Go ahead and pause that video, get started on that journal, and come join me afterwards. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So we're going to start standing at our mat. Before we start, today we're going to be focusing on our ankle flexibility, on the way our feet fall. So take a look down at your feet. Notice which way they fall. Do they fall outwards, supinating feet, or do they fall inwards, pronating feet? Everyone has a common tendency, one way causes different alignments of our body as we move. So just look down and notice. For me, I tend to fall outwards with my feet a little bit more. So when I'm in poses like Warrior 2, high lunge, I need to focus more on putting more pressure onto my big toe mound and grounding down to the inside of the foot. If you tend to fall inwards, you want to focus on putting more pressure on the pinky toe side of the foot and grounding down into the outside. So take a look down at your feet. Pick up the toes, spread them, and plant them nice and wide on the ground. Pick up the heels, land those heels down to the ground, and just take a moment to notice how you feel right now. Close the eyes. Feel the grounding from the roof of the head all the way down to the heels. One long line here today. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, we're going to go ahead and make our way down towards our feet, onto the ground. Go ahead and cross the legs, elevate that pelvis onto some blocks, onto something that can keep that spine nice and tall. We're going to start with a little bit of toe mobility here. So starting with your left foot, go ahead and take the left foot up towards the face. The big toe is going to be toe number 1. The pinky toe is going to be toe number 5. We're going to make our way down on our feet. Starting with the big toe and the second toe, go ahead and separate them, pull them apart as wide as you can. You start to notice a little bit of burning sensation, maybe a little bit of warmth in there. As we're doing this, we're waking up the fascia in our feet and feeling a little bit more connected with our feet before we get moving today. Go ahead and separate toe number 2 and toe number 3. Making our way to toe number 3 and toe number 4, separating them nice and wide. Finishing up with toe number 4 and toe number 5, go ahead and spread those toes wide as they go so you start to feel that warmth and that sensation in the foot. Now doing some flexion and extension of our foot, we're going to start by picking the first toe up and pulling the second toe down. So we pick up the big toe, pull the second toe down towards the bottom of the foot. Switching now, go ahead and push up on the second toe, pull down on the third toe here. Notice the difference between the toes, pushing up on the third as we pull down on the fourth. Now pushing up on the fourth as we pull down on the fifth. My pinky toe is down, my fourth toe is up towards the sky. Switching now, go ahead and push the pinky toe up as we pull the fourth toe down. Push up on the fourth as we pull the third down. Push up on the third as we pull the second down. Now go ahead and push the second one up as we pull the first one down. Next, we're going to go ahead and hold hands with our foot. So go ahead and take your fingers and start to interlace them into each webbing of the foot. Go ahead and flex the ankle, pull the top of the foot towards the shin, grab the ankle with your left hand, and start to make circular motion or up and down motions with your toes, kind of stretching out the phalanges, stretching out the metacarpal joints here as we start to warm up the rest of our foot. You're making circles, go ahead and change directions there. Awesome. Go ahead and release both feet onto the ground. Pick up the left toes and then pick up the right toes. Notice if you feel any difference between the 2 feet. For me, I feel a lot more open in my left foot than I do in my right now. Go ahead and cross the left leg under, stack the right foot onto that knee, drop the knee down to the ground, and let it rest in the air. We're going to go ahead and same thing. 1 is the big toe, 5 is the pinky toe. Go ahead and separate 1 and 2. Next, separating 2 and 3, pulling them apart. Pulling number 3 and 4 apart here. Now go ahead and separate number 4 and number 5. If you notice I'm wearing a mask today, I am inside of our yoga complex in my apartment building. So I am required to wear a mask indoors. So if you can't hear me, you might want to turn up that volume just a little bit. I'm going to try to enunciate my voice here. Working on that flexion and extension of the toes now. We're going to pull the big toe down and push the second toe up towards the sky. Notice if you feel any difference on this side compared to the other. More burning, less burning, just be observant of your foot. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. Second toe going down, third toe going up. Third toe going down, fourth toe going up. Finally, our fourth toe going down and our pinky toe going up towards the sky here. Pinky toe going down, the fourth toe going up. Fourth toe going down, third toe going up towards the sky. Third toe going down towards the bottom of the foot as the fourth toe goes. The second toe goes up towards the sky here. Finally, pull down that second toe as we lift the big toe up towards the sky. And then that's fine. Change it. Working on the bike here as I'm doing this yoga class. So next we're going to go ahead and take the fingers. We're going to give our toes a handhold here. So interlace the fingers around the toes. Again, hold that ankle nice and firm, and then start to flex the toes up and down here. And go ahead and start moving in a circular joint. Try to keep the ankle stable here as we move. Awesome. Same thing. Go ahead and place the feet onto the ground. Start to notice the balance between the 2 sides of the feet. Wiggle the toes up, wiggle the toes down. We're going to go ahead and come back standing to the front of our mat now. And notice the feet. Spread the toes wide. And notice if you're falling one way or the next, just be aware of it. Standing nice and tall, shoulder blades pinched, pull the shoulder blades down away from the body. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold down to the ground. Stretch out the hamstrings. Inhale, hands on the shins. Bend the knees, halfway lift, long spine here. Push the hips back like you're closing a door with your butt. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we're going to make our way back onto our mat, sitting onto our blocks for the final time as we start to get moving here. Cross the legs, stack the shoulders, close the eyes real quickly. Set an intention for this practice. Big breath in. On the exhale, hands over the shins, we round the back. Inhale, halfway lift the breath, chest up towards the sky. Exhale, round the back, we make our way to cat pose. Inhale, sitting nice and tall, taking arms up towards the sky, twisting towards the left hand goes behind us, the right hand outside that We sit up, and then we twist over towards the left. Inhale back to center, going towards the right, right hand behind us, left hand outside that right thigh. Back to center here, go ahead and remove those blocks, and we're going to make our way down onto our backs. Grab that towel over that jump rope. We're going to start by bending the right knee. You're going to take the towel around the left toe, big toes, and straighten the left leg up towards the sky. Take a few moments just to rest here, rest the hamstring, then start to engage the quad. Pull the left toes higher towards the nose. Roll the shoulder blades off the ground, lift up, creating tension from the psoas all the way up to the back body. Lower the head down to the ground, bend the knee, pull the left knee into the chest. Straighten back up towards the sky, point the toes this time. Pull the toes down towards the shins, dorsal flexion as we bend the left knee back into the armpit. Straightening back up towards the sky, this time straighten the right leg onto the ground, ground down into this right psoas, that right leg pushing down into the earth. Big breath in, take that left foot out towards the side into the left hand. Pull the left pinky toe down as the left heel goes up towards the sky. Don't let this right hip come off the ground. Keep it down, rounded down into the earth. Inhale, back up towards the sky. Now we're going to take it across the body 2 to 3 inches, not too far, and then focus on pulling that toe up towards this right shoulder. Option, take the thumb and dig it into the psoas here as you're able to pull a little bit higher. Take the left foot up towards the sky. Inhale, release the straps, reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Lift the right leg off the ground, engage the core here. You might notice some shaking, you might notice some good feeling. Balancing out that side body, engaging the lower core, squeezing the ribs together. Take the right foot up towards the sky. Switch the grip, bend the left knee, plant the foot on the ground. Start with the head on the ground as you pull the toes to the nose. Straight leg here. Keep the shoulders away from the ear. Big breath in, roll the shoulder blades off the ground, and you walk the hands higher up the strap. Flex the quad. Exhale, lower the head down to the ground, bend the knee, bring the right shoulder, the right knee to the right armpit. Back up to the sky. Point the toes. Pull the toes back down towards the shin for that dorsal flexion of the ankle. Right knee comes into the armpit. Back up to the sky and straighten the left leg out in front of you. Again, focusing on the ground, lean down this left thigh into the earth, left hip down as we extend that right leg up. Taking our foot out to the right to start, put the straps in the right hand. Drop the foot out towards the right, right pinky toe down. The right heel goes up towards the sky. This facilitates the external rotation of the right thigh here. Back up towards the sky, across the midline 2 to 3 inches, and then up towards this left shoulder, trapping with that left hand. Keep that right hip down into the earth. Inhale, back to center, pull the toes a little bit closer to the nose. Lift the left foot off the ground, reach the right fingertips up towards the sky, engage the core, round back. Remove the strap, keep the foot up towards the sky as we switch the feet. Switch again. We're going to go through 10 of these on your own, nice and slow, nice and controlled. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull the knees into the chest, rest the head and the shoulders on the ground, knees wide, big toes together, child's pose on your back. Start to rock back and forth. We're going to make our way into plank pose. Cross the legs, plant the hands, step back to plank pose. Hands on the shoulders, legs nice and engaged, core nice and engaged here. Belly button's going up into the spine, ribs are knitting together, chest is pulling through as you push the ground away into the index knuckles. Lower the knees onto the ground, the chest and chin. Look over, lift the kneecaps, shoulder blades pull. Using the hands to pull back rather than up here. Exhale, lower yourself down to the ground. Again, kneecaps lift, chest lift. Pinch those shoulder blades away from the ears. Strong legs. Lower yourself down, child's pose. Knees wide, big toes together as we make our way back. Rock forward to tabletop. Threading the needle here, right arm goes up towards the sky, right shoulder right here, right temple down onto the earth. Keep the hips stable like you're balancing a cup of coffee on that back. Take the left elbow up to the sky, same thing. Balance a cup of water on that left elbow. Counter twist, take the right arm up towards the sky here. Drop it down onto the ground, switching sides. Left arm reaches up, opens up, and we thread through. Left shoulder, left ear, left temple down onto the ground. Take the left arm up towards the sky, small little core here. Hands on the shoulders, knees under the hips, curl the toes under, lift the knees off the ground. We're going to step the right hand forward, pull our left knee to the left elbow, step the left foot back, hand underneath the shoulder. Left hand forward, right knee to the right elbow, step the right foot back, left hand back. Switching sides. As the right hand goes forward, left knee goes forward. As the left hand goes forward, the right hand goes forward. Opposite sides each time. A few more times, keep back nice and flat, don't allow us to move like we have a bowl of water, resting back there. 2 more times each side. Last one. Knees onto the ground. Cat-cows here, drop the belly, lift the chest up towards the sky. Round back, looking in, push that ground away. One more time. Belly drops, chest lifts, shoulders away from the ears. Round that back, tuck the tailbone, gaze up towards the belly button. Go ahead and curl the toes under here, sit back on the heels, yoga toe pose. See if you can get those pinky toes underneath here. Sitting nice and tall, arms out towards the sky, equal arms, right arm underneath the left. Cross the arms, bend the elbows up towards the sky. Bring the palms to touch. Pull the shoulders away from the face, and then pinch the shoulder blades together. Pull away from the face, pinch the shoulder blades together. One more time. Pull away, pinch together, arms out towards the side. One more time, opposite way. Left arm underneath this time. Bend the elbows, palms touch. Pull the elbows away from the face, pinch them together. Pull and pinch. Pull and pinch. Go ahead and plant the hands onto the ground. Kick those feet out onto the ground and sit back on the heels. Starting here, option you can have blocks. I'm going to quickly make sure that this doesn't go to sleep.
Cool.
Sitting there with the knees back on the heels. If you have any issues with the knees, take a towel, take something underneath the back of the leg here to lift the hips a little higher. We're going to start by placing our hands onto blocks or onto the ground, keeping the toes onto the ground, lift the hips up towards the sky, keep the feet and ankles flat, lower them back down. If you'd like to go even higher and go on blocks or something, lift them up, lower back down to the ground. Ankles are touching, big toes are touching here. Go ahead and go through this on your own a couple times. Now go ahead and take the hands back by the feet. We're going to lift the knees off the ground if you don't feel too much of a stretch in your ankles here. Or go ahead and take a block and place a block underneath the knees or pillow, and then place the hand behind you. Lift the chest, lift the heart opener as we get this good ankle mobility and this ankle stretch. A few more seconds. Awesome. Go ahead and remove those blocks if they're there. Come back down onto the ground. Go ahead and come into the tabletop position. Straighten the right leg back behind you. Stretch out that knee. Lift the right foot up towards the midline so it's straight, toes down towards the ground. Start to pulse it back and forth. Lower it back down. Think about using the hamstring here to lift up. Slow control, lift it up towards that midline. Then start to pulse it back and forth. Lower it back down to the sides. Left leg goes back. Lift the left foot up towards the midline, and we pulse. Back down, keep that left hip parallel with the right, so you don't allow it to hang higher than the right leg. Lift it up and pulse. Lower the left knee down towards the ground. One final time in child's pose, bending the elbows back so that head resting on the backs of the hands here. Make your way forward to tabletop, to downward facing dog. First downward facing dog of the day. Bend the knees, come up, feet from side to side. Soften the knees a little bit more, lift the hips higher. Gaze forward, stepping up to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, soften those knees. Exhale, forward fold, chest down towards the thighs. Arms go up towards the sky. Exhale, we forward fold. Plant the hands onto the ground, step the right foot back. Right knee goes down to the ground. Extend the right arms up towards the sky. Pull the left hip back, lunge a little bit farther forward, bring the knees over the toes. Feeling a good stretch here on right psoas. Plant the right hands onto the ground. Step the left foot back. Flow through a vinyasa on your own. Knees stretch chin, look over, or lean forward, chaturanga. To upward facing dog. To downward facing dog. Set the right foot forward between the hands. Left knee comes down. Rise up. Same thing. Option, you can take the hands under the knees as you lunge a little bit farther forward. Make sure that right foot pulls back to the left foot goes forward. Good side body stretch here in our left psoas. Hands on the ground, again, another vinyasa, your choice on how you flow through it. Gaze forward, step your nose in front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, head, crown goes down to the earth. Gaze goes back behind the shins. Hands to the heart, sit back in the chair pose here, elbows wide. Lift the heart, lift the chest, and sit into a chair. Take a look at the knee, make sure they're not in front of the toes. Exhale, forward fold. Sit back in plank pose, go through vinyasa. Strong legs on the upward facing dog. A little bit of side oblique work here. Take the right leg high in the sky. Right knee to the left elbow. Back out to the sky. To the left wrist. To the sky. To the right wrist. Sky. Right elbow. To the sky. Now all 4 points. Left elbow. Down to the left wrist. To the right wrist. Right elbow. Back to the sky. Step the right foot forward. Left knee goes down. Back up onto stack shoulder on top of the hips. Ankle mobility here. Plant the hands onto the ground. Bring the right knee towards the right big toe. Back above the ankle. To the midline. Above to the pinky toe. Notice which way your foot wants to fall, like we talked at the beginning. Does it fall outward as you go to the pinky toe? If it does, take your hand and keep it planted onto that right foot here. Pulls back and forth between those 3 spots. Coming back to a half split, so we can take some blocks. Keep the chest nice and tall. Step the right foot forward a little bit more. Keep the chest tall here. I don't want to focus on sitting far back. Keep the chest tall as we fall down towards that right leg. Bend into the right knee. Find the right foot on the ground. Straighten the left leg back into the anus. Step forward in front of that. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift along the spine. Plant the hands, step or jump back, plank pose, and float to Anza Cupertino again. Left leg high to the sky, left elbow, left knee to the right elbow, back out, to the right wrist, back to the sky, to the left elbow, to the sky, the left wrist, to the sky. Soften the right knee a little bit. Here we go, touch all 4 points. To the right elbow, down to the right wrist, to the left wrist, right elbow, back out to the sky, step forward between the hands, right knee comes down. Stack the shoulder on top of the hips, pull the left hip back, right hip goes forward. Plant the hands onto the ground again. Knee goes to the big toe, the middle, pinky toe. Option, take the left hand onto the foot as you do this to keep the foot grounded as you go through our series. Going into half splits, maybe step that heel forward a little bit, pull the toes to the shin, pull that left foot back, chest tall. And I'd rather you looking up here than all the way down the ground and back. You're going to feel much more all the way through the back body here. Bending that left foot. Straighten the right leg back behind us. Step forward, forward fold. Grab opposite elbows. Try to stack your hips on top of the ankles. Let the crown of the head fall down to the ground. Like a balloon is tying you down to the ground. Halfway lift. Long spine. Forward fold one more time. Grab back to the ankles. Pull the head down towards the shins. Inhale, take the arms up towards the sky, nice and tall. Palms touch, elbows wide apart. Making our way to tree pose on the left leg, lift the left knee up towards the chest. Take the knee up towards the side, calf, ankle, or quad here. Notice if the ankle, right ankle, is starting to wobble back and forth. If it is, try to spread these toes wide and ground down to the four corners of the foot. Left knee comes back to the chest and step it back to high lunge. Chest tall. Try to straighten that back leg a little bit more so you're getting a good stretch into that left heel. The Achilles. Take a look at that right knee. Is it cleaving in? If it is, push it out. Hands to the heart, elbows wide, chest tall. Big breath in. Hands to the floor. Vinyasa. Right leg goes to the sky. Step forward between the hands. Keep the left hand on the ground as you take the right hand up towards the sky for a twist. Stack the shoulders on top of each other. So don't allow this right arm to be back. Keep it up towards the sky. Right hand down to the back foot parallels to the back of the mat. First time paying attention to that back left ankle. Rise up to the warrior two legs and look at the back foot. Is it falling in or is it falling out? Whichever way it's falling, I want you to ground down to the opposite part of the foot. Straighten this left leg, it curls in and down. This right leg curls out and forward. So we pull that left hip back to the right. We pull the right hip back with the right knee pulling out. Arms wrapped towards the side. Strong arms here. A little bit of hot practice of holding poses for a longer period of time so you can focus on what that back ankle is doing here. Deep, slow breaths. Plant the hands onto the ground. Vinyasa. Still out there. He is, yeah. Same leg, right leg to the sky. Right knee to the left elbow. Pull the chin away from the ground. Back to the sky. To the right elbow. Back up. Bring it to the nose, round the back. Set the right foot forward between the hands. Again, warrior two legs to start. Swing the hands up. Big, strong core here. Look at the back foot. Make sure it's parallel to the back of the mat. Rounding down into either the big toe or the pinky toe side, depending on which way your foot's falling. Reverse the warrior. Left hand back, right arm. Bends up. Reaches back behind us. Side angle pose, right elbow, right thigh. Reach out with that left hand up towards the sky, palm facing down. Again, don't jump down into this right arm. Extend out. Back up. It's a high lunge. Hands to the heart. Again, move this twist. Left arm forward, right hand back. Plant the hands onto the ground, we vinyasa again. Knees wide, maybe close together, child's pose. Rock forward to tabletop, downward facing dog one final time. Right leg goes high to the sky. Step it forward between the hands. Start by rising up to your high lunge. To warrior two. Adding on, reversing the warrior. To side angle pose. Back up to warrior two, straightening this right leg. Triangle pose. Hands on the hips, and we have laser pointers. Pull that left laser pointer forward. The right laser pointer pulls back into the hip. Reach the hands as far as you can forward. Plant down onto the right shin. As we go the left arm up towards the sky. Notice what that left foot's doing. So right now, my left pinky toe is pulling up, so I need to round down into it. If your big toe is coming up, round down into the ball of the left foot. Rise back up, bend into that right knee. Strong base, strong arms, spread the fingers wide. Pull the left heel off the ground as we take the hands up towards the sky. Big breath in. Step forward to the front of the mat, shake out the legs. Switching sides here, shift the weight into the left leg, stand tall. Maybe you pick the right heel off the ground, and then pull the right knee up towards the chest, take it out wide, and on the calf, the ankle, or the quad. Avoid the knee here, elbows wide, palms together. Right knee of the chest, step it back, high lunge. Again, kind of straighten that back right leg so we're getting a good Achilles stretch here. Plant the hands onto the ground, moving up. Left leg high to the sky, step forward between the hands. Keep the right hand onto the ground. Take the left hand up towards the sky, stack the hands on top of each shoulder. Keep the chest close to the thighs. Keep that right leg straight. Left hand onto the ground. Rise up to high lunge. Bend the hands back down, float through the vinyasa. Left leg to the sky, step it forward between the hands, preparing for warrior two, back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Ankle to right ankle foot, back foot and half, rise up, arms long, take a look at that back right leg. Which way is the foot falling? Try to round out equally into both sides and then deeper into this left leg. Left hip is pulling back. From the outside the knee here, as the right thigh is swinging down and in. Slow down the breath, slow down the body. I have to really focus on this today wearing a mask. Slow it down. Hands onto the ground. Plank pose. Vinyasa. Left leg high in the sky, step it forward between the hands. Back foot parallel back to the mat. Again, warrior two. Really focusing on the back ankle here today. It's been our focus all day, as well as our hips. Reverse warrior, left hand up towards the sky. Left elbow, left thigh, reach the right hand out wide here. Palm facing down, long line. So warrior two. Now we flow through another vinyasa. Left leg high to the sky, left knee to the right elbow, pull that foot away from the ground, out to the sky, to the left elbow, to the sky, set that left foot forward between the hands. Warrior two, final time. Finishing up, adding on to our series here. Reverse the warrior. Side ankle close, left elbow, left thigh. Long line from ankle to wrist on that right side. So warrior two, straighten left leg. Hands on the hips. Fingertips out, left hip pulls back as the right hand pulls forward. Reach that left hand forward, place it down onto the ground or onto your chin or onto some blocks as you take that right arm up towards the sky. Back up, then into that left knee, high lunge. Step forward in front of the mat, shake out the legs. down onto the ground. Finishing on the floor here. Have both legs out in front of you. Notice if your back's rounding right now. Take a block, place it underneath your hips. Sit nice and tall. Double leg forward fold. Option here also to take that strap around the big toes if you would like. Keep the chest tall. Big breath in on the exhale. Fold the chest and head down towards the legs. Try to have that long spine here. I can feel just as much of a stretch of my hamstrings here as I do all the way down here. I actually feel more of a tall chest. Stay there, close the eyes, settle down into the forehead. A few more seconds. Big breath in, sit chest nice and tall. One more time, fold the chest, forehead down into the ground. Sit nice and tall. Single leg forward fold now is a little bit easier. Bend the left knee, left sole of the foot into the thigh. Arms up towards the sky. Reach the right fingertips towards the toes. Back up towards the sky, switching sides. Winding down the body, winding down the mind. Had to cut this practice just a little bit short today. Didn't get to go through the whole series, but I really want us to focus in the future on how we're paying attention to that back foot. It's going to help protect our ankles, create better ankle mobility, and more ankle strength here when we're working out in the pool and here on the yoga mat. Sitting nice and tall. Go ahead and come onto your back swing over our crazy legs to finish. Knees together, feet nice and wide, rest the head onto the ground. Drop the legs to the left, keep the knees in contact. Back up to the center as you drop the legs to the right. Trace your left knee down that right shin. Back up. To the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale back up towards the sky. Take your arms up towards the sky. Bend the elbows, grab the opposite elbows. Drop the arms to the right after the legs go to the left. This is a great thing to do when you first wake up in the morning. Back to the sky, arms to the left, legs to the right. This really wakes up the whole spine, getting a good twist in. Lots of cat-cows, great thing to warm up the spine when you wake up. Back to center, legs to the left, arms to the right. Out of the head now, arms to everything in the center. Legs and head go to the right, arms go to the left. Back to center, legs and head go to the left, arms go to the right. Come back, go ahead and straighten the legs out in front of you. Allow the palms to rest down on the sides of the body. Let the feet fall out to the side. Close the eyes, soften the jaw. Relax the mind as we settle as we finish. Bring some awareness back in the body, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, pull the knees into the chest, roll off to one side, use your arms as a pillow here. Keeping the eyes closed, put yourself up into a seated position, find those blocks, find those pillows. Place them underneath the hips and lift the hips a little higher as we finish in a meditative position. Feel free after we're done here to meditate for 10 minutes, focusing on the breath. Big inhale.
inhales through the nose, exhaling through the nose. The tip of the nose being the focal point. When your mind wanders, you start to think about being irritated or wanting to move or what you're going to eat next. Smile and come back to your breath. Inhale, bring your hands to the heart, bow your head down towards the fingertips. What are 3 new things you're grateful for today? What are 2 things you want to work on this week in the pool and in life? And what's 1 thing that you're proud of?